Alright, I was going to go ahead and just do one review on a comic here, but I'm going to go ahead and do two of them. Just quick run-throughs. If you have already read these, then nothing new. If you haven't and you don't want to know nothing about it, I will put on the description spoilers just in case you don't want to know nothing about it. Go and skip through. So I should go ahead and start off with this one that I picked up. You will have seen this one on the comic book picks for this week. Backways issue 1. I thought it was interesting enough that I'll go after the second issue. Apparently there's 4 issues out now, or at least I think they're out. Something like that. There's 4 issues. So I'll go ahead and try to look for issue 2, and I'll go from there if I continue liking it. Pretty much the gist of it, you got this girl whose name is Anne, or Annie, Anna, and starts off with this one girl who it goes 3 days ago. So I'll go ahead and show you there. 3 days ago, you got this girl right here named Sylvia, and it starts off with Anna, are you there? Can you hear me? And she's talking into she's like in an apartment, it looks like, and she's talking to the mirror in front of her. And she sees like a reflection or something. All of a sudden this thing just snatches her, as you can see there, and she is sucked into this other world. Well, present time, so 3 days, fast forward 3 days. I'm not sure if this is her girlfriend or a friend, a BFF, whatever. But Anna shows up to the apartment. Mom's looking through stuff. Anna's apparently missing. And Mom doesn't like Anna. Or no, Sylvia's missing, I'm sorry. The girl that got sucked into the mirror. Anna's there talking about, oh, I know her better than you, blah, blah, blah. Let me help look for her. And Mom doesn't like her, not one bit. Friends call the cops. So Anna leaves. And she notices a bunch of birds up in the building there. I'm assuming crows or ravens. And she finds it kind of odd. She keeps walking. And she hears someone talking about, I can hear it, scratching at the door, scratching at my head. I'm gonna stay away. Stay away. She is gone. And then there's this creepy homeless looking lady there with a bunch of birds. Anne runs over. She gets attacked by the birds. Then as you can see, she's gone. So she breaks in, goes back to the apartment, breaks in, finds a notebook that has some weird symbols, gibberish, and all of a sudden, as she's looking through this, she hears a voice talking about hand over the book. Now, you got that weird looking thing right there. Focus. And apparently this thing has a thing called trinket? That was called. It's just this little thing, I guess, gives it her. You find out to her. Gives her some type of magical ability to control whoever she wishes to control. She tries to use that on Anna to hand over the book. Anna breaks free from that. Turns out that she invested in garbage merchandise, so she snatches the book from Anna, jumps into a closet. Anna opens the closet. Boom, she's not there no more. It's just an empty closet. So this is the part, I don't understand this part, but she does some weird spell thingamajig and ends up opening the door. The closet now is some hallway to a hospital or something. She goes through it. She ends up going through another door, going through some stairs, going through another door, falling down some stairs, ending up in some weird mansion thing. And as she's walking through it, some weird thing with a messed up face comes out of nowhere. Anna asks where she's at. This thing's all, oh, you're so pretty, you need to smile more. Anna start having it. This thing, and she's all, I asked, where am I? And this thing says, and I said, that's a creepy looking thing. Pretty much makes her smile. And I guess he has a trinket thing too. So all of a sudden, oh, and that thing's name, her name is Coyote Bones. Coyote Bones. Weird name, I know, but character looks pretty cool. So Coyote Bones comes to the rescue, and her trinkets still don't work. Anna helps, pops that thing over the head with a vase. They both stomp on it. She's asking, where is she? And Coyote Bones pretty much gives her two options. One, take her back to the beginning and she can forget about everything that she saw. Go back to normal life. Or two, just as she says, or we do the white rabbit thing. And you can see just how deep the rabbit hole goes. So, obviously Anna goes with option two, the rabbit hole. And this is where the title comes in. So she goes with Coyote Bones and she's introduced to this alley I got. You see creatures, you see those little demon kids there. You see this weird looking dude over here. A couple of chicks over there. And I guess this place is called the Backways. Where magic lives, where people with knacks, there we go, that's what they call little trinkets. Invent the world, wanders, yada yada yada. That's to be continued. It was short, it felt short, like a short read. The book felt thick, but the other couple pages are some other comic or advertising. I've never heard of Aftershock comics. And like I said in the comic book picks, I picked it up just because I thought the art was pretty cool, and why not? So it got me interested enough to want to buy the second issue. I thought it was decent. Art's pretty decent. Kind of reminds me of anime. Not sure what Coyote Bones is, if it's a demon, if it's a magician, if it's just a girl in like a getup. But I think the design's pretty cool. So that's my thoughts on Backways issue 1. Writer is Justin Jordan and artwork by Ellie. I'm butchering this. Nora Carlene. Oh, I'll let you guys read them. Yeah, Justin Jordan and Eleonora, something like that. So I got that. Comic number 2 that I'm gonna talk about here. I'm all caught up with it, and this is an issue before the last. So this, pull it out here. Talking about the Mighty Thor issue 701, and I'm gonna go ahead and just review this one because out of the last 3, this one is, in my opinion, pretty badass. I really enjoyed it. There was mention of this, what is he called? Man, I don't know how to pronounce that. Mangog creature. You see him in the back right here. And there was mention of him a couple of comics back. So I kind of forgot about it. Now that they're bringing him in, I'm like, oh yeah, that's right, they already mentioned him. So, in case you don't know who War Thor is, I have a comic here. He showed up on issue 20 of the Mighty Thor, and there he is with the awesome beard and awesome hammer there. It's just Volstagg. Volstagg went through some crazy stuff and left him a little scarred. And he found that hammer that whispered to him, called him, and he's the wielder of that hammer. I forget which one that is. But he's a Thor. He's more of a berserker, mindless, I'm going to kill everything in my path, Thor. And there's, he is, in this comic, it's all about him and that Mangog. So, the reason why I totally love this one out of the last 3 is because it was pretty much just War Thor straight up versus Mangog. It's just pretty much an epic fight here. He stops the hammer, sends it flying back at him, and Mangog's like, you're a little different from all the other Thors, but nonetheless, you're one of the gods. I'm gonna mess you up and kill you. So you got War Thor, trying to put up a fight, and long story short, this is basically it. Him getting mangled by this giant, weird-looking creature. Here's more getting mangled. A couple pages more. So the whole time they're going through a little story here. He manages to stick his hammer up that dude's mouth and just charge him up. See him right there, but boom, right there. all that does is he absorbs it and just shoots all that right back at him. Gets to punch some more. He puts up like a hell of a fight, just it's not happening. It's just not going to happen for him. And at the same time, we got, I'm not sure how to pronounce her name either. Where was it? Carnilla? I see Car and then Nilla. So she shows up in hell. She died in the issue before this. She got killed. Stuff dropped on her. At least I think that's what happened. I forget. But Odinson was there. That happened. And all of a sudden, got a bunch of these cronies like burning. Little fire dudes from that Circling Cinder. They show up in hell. They're there to wreak havoc. And then we're back to War Thor fighting Mangog. So, pretty much is showing you how strong this dude is, that he's feared by the gods and the Asgardians. And you got him there, and supposedly he's got the strength of billions of beings. From the explanation I got off of it was that I think Odin had a whole race killed, and their rage lingered on and formed this creature thing. So this thing is coming back for Asgard, but they all live in Asgardia now. So he shows up to old Asgard. He's wondering where all the Asgardians are. War Thor happened to be there, and he is trying to stop this thing. But you can see this guy's having a ball, time of his life with Volstagg. Volstagg's trying to reach for his hammer. This thing's like, no. Here, let me have that. And just like that, boom, destroys that hammer. And here you see the hammer in pieces. You see Volstagg pretty much tore up. As they say, tore up from the floor up. One last punch sends him flying. And Malekith. I have a hard time with these things, so hopefully I'm pronouncing them right, whatever. Malekith shows up, tells that thing where the Asgardians are staying. So he goes flying, and Volstagg is left pretty much in his hubby form since he doesn't have the hammer anymore, floating out in space, and Mangog is on his way over to Asgard. So that's all I have for that one. Like I said, out of the last three, out of 700, 701, 702, this was my favorite one. And at the end of 702, actually he shows up, and Helheim, if, like I said, I'm pronouncing that right, Helheim's at the end of the page, and Mangog's standing in front of him. So I don't know if they're going to fight or what's going to go on there. I'm pretty sure they're going to fight. I mean, he's standing right in front of him, might as well. Why not? So I thought it's so far. And if you've heard my other comic book picks and / reviews and all that, the Mighty Thor is a story that I am enjoying very much. Artwork's awesome. The story's great. At first I didn't think I was going to like it. I mean, Jane Foster as Lady Thor. First Lady Thor, you get used to Odin's son. But whatever, I thought I'd give it a shot, and I ended up liking it. Here I am still reading it. So that's my comic book reviews for this week. That's all I have. If you guys want to give your thoughts on any comics, if you want to give your thoughts on these two, if you read them, just feel free to go ahead and comment in the comment section. So it's Friday, so you guys have a good weekend, and until next week, bye.